GMOs? What even are those?
Well, genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, are organisms whose genetic material has been altered by man by means of genetic engineering. An example of GMOs in our market is our food. Around 88% of corn and 94% of soybean grown in the United States is genetically modified in some way. These products are altered in attempts to increase crop yield and survival rates.
GMOs produce more yield and more food? Then that's a good thing, right?
In that case, yes, but overall, not necessarily. An example of it not being a positive is there's corn that has been modified to actually produce insecticides. The industry name for this corn is Bt corn, and this insecticide is actually produced inside the plant. This is done by taking the genes from a bacteria that produces a pesticide as a waste and into the corn's genes.
What? That doesn't sound good. But how does that affect me?
Well, an obvious reason is that we are eating toxins that kill other organisms that try to eat the crops. Glyphosate is a main ingredient in the widely used Roundup spray made by Monsanto. Glyphosate is possibly the most important factor in the development of multiple chronic diseases and conditions that have become prevalent in the United States. Some examples of these diseases are autism, obesity, and even cancer.
Oh no, that's not good. But where do all these GMOs come from?
The main supplier and producer of genetically modified crops in the United States is the, you could say, evil corporation named Monsanto.
Whoa, hold up now. Why do you have such a negative presumption of us?
For starters, I'd like to hear about some studies you've done on your own crops.
We have conducted many studies. We experimented with rats feeding them Monsanto-made crops. There were many differences found in the rats that were fed the GMOs, but our results showed the differences were of no biological significance, and our corn was actually, in fact, as safe as the non-genetically modified corn. As with many other studies of ours, we were cleared by food and safety authorities.
While I appreciate the effort, I don't think it was wholehearted. Monsanto cut corners. There was a study done in 2012 on Monsanto-made crops. The overall experimental design was pretty similar to yours, but the major difference was the study took place over 2 years, and it was much more detailed in scope. The findings of the experiment were alarming. They showed that Monsanto-made crops caused serious kidney and liver damage and an increased development of tumors in the experiment on rats, which lead to mortality.
But wait, if GMOs are in most of our food, what can we do to help better protect ourselves from these negative effects?
The main thing that we can do is push our state to join the movement of passing laws to mandate the labeling of GMOs.
You're right. We need to push to label GMOs.
Did you find this information alarming? Let Kasich know about it.
Created using Powtoon.